Disc 2, Teaching Responsibility, focuses on how to get your kids to do what you want when you want them to do it.
You know, that question, is it working for you the way you're parenting right now? Are you having joy? Are you having fun? Are you just excited to see your own children? And that's all the reason we had kids. If we can't have the love and the joy and the excitement and the humor, then we're not having fun, and so my thing is, when you get to a hard part raising children, whether it's in school or at home, that if you get somebody to give you some information, some wise information, you can bring that joy back to your house.
In management, there are really only two basic goals. One is stopping the behavior you don't want, and the other is starting the behavior you do want. How do you get kids to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it?
One thing that parents need to understand is that if it's not worth their time, it'll never be worth the kids' time. So don't expect there to be a free lunch. You know, if you want all your time to be your own, then don't have children. If you have children and you want a free ride, you're going to have very irresponsible, self-centered children. And they're not going to be achievers, and they're probably not going to make you proud, and you get what you pay for. There's no free lunch.
Disc 2 also shows you how to teach your kids to do just about anything with the use of Say, See, Do teaching, visual instructional plans, and the understanding that we all learn by doing.
The purpose of parenting, I think, is to raise someone who's independent. And it's really important to have the tools to help them become independent. And Say, See, Do teaching is one of those tools.
So when you teach, it's a series of say, see, do cycles. You know, all learning takes place one step at a time. You know that too. So you know all the stuff you need to know. All learning takes place one step at a time. I'm going to tell you, but I'm not going to expect you to remember it for more than 30 seconds. I'm going to show you, picture's worth 1,000 words, and then before you forget, I'm going to have you do it. And then you'll know what it feels like. You'll learn by doing.
I have a son that's ADHD. He has some brain damage, and he's developmentally delayed. He has a problem doing things for himself. So I have to teach him to be more independent. So one of the things is that I believe it's called learned helplessness. And I guess because I knew of his problem, I guess I did help him to learn not to do for himself, and now it's a challenge getting him to do for himself. But he's coming along, because I found out repetitiveness helps. If you show them, you talk to them, you show them, you do have to go back over it again, but they do get it. And it helps, because now my son, he's fixing his breakfast, he's making his bed, he's doing other things, but he's making progress in doing for himself. It's taking a load off of me.
Disc 2 also shows how to build motivation, helping you increase good time within your family. First, by being proactive in planning family fun. And second, by using Grandma's Rule, which simply states that you have to finish your dinner before you can have dessert, to create good time while teaching responsibility.
Helping them to know that there's a time when we work, and there's a time when we play. There's a time for things that we have to do, sometimes yucky things that we have to do. But once we get that done, then here's the time that we can spend time together, we can read together, we can do video games, we can fly a kite. I flew a kite with my grandson on Saturday. But those are kinds of incentives. Those are the things that we can do together when you do the things that I ask you to do.
I think they're more productive now, that when they're given some responsibility, that there are expectations known to them ahead of time, so that they accomplish it in sometimes a more timely fashion than before, where we kind of drug it out and drug it out. Sometimes we find ourselves pleading with them to do it rather than expecting them to do it.